Hey, how's it going? So, I wanted to do part two on subconscious thoughts. Okay. So, let's talk about subconscious thoughts and IQs. Okay. So, subconscious thoughts play a big role in who you become. Okay. If you watch the first video, you understand that. So, you're going to have to watch all these videos, though. You can't just watch a later one. You're going to have to start with the first one. But this will help you so much in your life. If you never watch this series that I'm saying, your life will be 1,000 times worse. If you watch this series, your life will be better. It will get so good, it will be better than about than 999 million out of every 10 million people. Okay. So, subconscious thoughts and IQs. I was talking to a girl in downtown Houston. I had just gone to eat at this place, of course. I went for my computer engineering degree, so I know a lot about intelligent subjects. And I was walking by, and there was this African American girl, and she had just got out of the bagel store. Well, she walked and sat down, and she intrigued me, so I came up and said hi. She looked at me very mean and said, "Who the fuck are you talking to?" Motherfucker started to cuss me out. I turned and walked like I was gonna walk in front of a bus. It upset me, and then I turned and came back. And she started talking about race. And I could tell that she had an extremely high IQ. But eventually it came out that she had been in a psych ward. Well, I told her, I said, most people are pawns. Their IQ isn't very high. They believe all this racist stuff. You know, white people, black people, any race, they think this race is this way. I said, but it's not really the truth. A lot of things we believe about race is not the truth. We're all human beings. And I said, how you can tell this is intelligent people always come to the same conclusions. People with a high IQ. I say, you have Jimi Hendrix, right? He writes in his song, white collared conservative driving down the street pointing his plastic finger at me and you. White collared just means they make a lot of money. Okay. Then you have Hank Williams Jr., who is a Caucasian male who was born in Alabama, poor, where there was a bunch of extremely redneck racist people. His parents were probably extremely racist. And now famous singers have high IQs. That's how they got that way. That's how they became successful. They were just smarter than everybody else. But eventually, smart people will come to the same conclusion. And Hank Williams Jr. writes in his song, The American Way, I'm learning a little more each day about the power of the dollar and the people with white collars and the good old American way. So you see, racism does not really exist. You have intelligent people and ignorant people. You understand? They were both different races, but they both came to the same conclusion, both different genres of music. Now, how do you get? So usually that's the case. Intelligent people come to the same conclusions. But you have people like Hitler. He obviously had a very high IQ, but he had an extreme hatred for Jews. Why is that? Well, that's because of subconscious thoughts. Now, childhood trauma molds who you become. Like, so let's say a French man was mean to you when you're a child, but you're very intelligent. Well, when you got older, you realize not all French people are evil. But that depends on how severe your childhood trauma was. It does. Now, let's say you have a high IQ and you were done bad by a French man, but done extremely bad. And even worse, done, like worse than anyone who had ever been born by a Frenchman. then you're dangerous. And that's how Hitler was. He had been done so bad by Jews, or taught that by his parents when he was young, he could not get out of it. But he had an extremely high IQ. Now, if I'm a lot smarter than you and I want to hurt you, I can do it very easily. That's how you get racist people in high positions. They're smart, maybe even brilliant or extremely intelligent, but they had extremely bad childhood trauma. You understand? And it's a subconscious thought. If it were a conscious thought, like say, this book here is brown, that's a conscious thought because everyone can agree with me on it. That's how you know a conscious thought from a subconscious thought. That right there will help you if everyone agrees on it. You understand? If I say, black people are racist, right? And everyone agrees on it, then that is that's not a good, that's not a good example. Because they're not all racist, it's all about the IQ. Let's say if I say, and it's about who you're around, stupid people will agree with you on that. Let's say I say, let's say I'm 6 foot, but I say that I'm 5'8". What did I say? Yeah, I say that, okay, yeah. So I go around telling people I'm 5'8", and they all continue to tell me that I'm 6 foot. And then I go to a doctor, a smart person, I say, am I 5'8"? And he says, you're 6 foot. That is how you know that that is a subconscious thought that is telling you that. You understand? And it's very, very real. Very real. Almost everyone, 100% believes something that isn't the truth. Almost everyone. So this is my second video on subconscious thoughts. And this is, going to help solve the race problem. I do believe subconscious thoughts. And you can see how two intelligent people, and even Tupac Shakur, total gangster, rap guy, he probably had severe childhood trauma, but still came to the conclusion that there was an Illuminati. There was a bunch of rich people that control us. And it doesn't matter what genre you go to, if the singer was good enough and smart enough, he came to the same conclusion. Elton John. Or is it's Billy Joel, yeah. Well, Billy Joel is really smart. Sometimes I can't understand what he sings. He said, sir, I'm sure I could be a movie star if I could get out of this place. I mean, I guess that's not a good example, but he's talking along the lines of the same thing, I would imagine. So. But there you go. That's another video on subconscious thoughts. I mean, that's the power of it right there. It's powerful. Sigmund Freud, 157 IQ. Thank you very much.